Now the details, as we just noted, President Paul Kagame has met with the founder and chairman of the Star Times Group and his delegation. Established in 1988, Star Times is a multinational media company headquartered in Beijing. The company has become a major system integrator, technology provider, network operator, and content provider in the African television broadcasting industry. Now, again, as we noted in the headlines, the RDF has issued an announcement, and that announcement begins by referencing the press release issued by the Armed Forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo, or FARDC, on the 27th of July 2023, in which the RDF is falsely accused of carrying out an incursion into North Kivu. The announcement goes on to note that the accusations are baseless and part of a long-standing pattern of misinformation and propaganda by the DRC leadership to divert attention from their internal failures in maintaining peace and security within their own borders, while continuing to support arm and fight alongside the genocidal militia that calls itself the FDLR. The RDF also notes that the continued trend of false accusations and escalation, which may serve as a pretext, that is, they may serve as a pretext for a planned attack by the FARDC and FDLR on Rwandan territory. Now, moving on to other matters, the heads of different cooperatives here in Rwanda have been urged to avoid the sort of leadership mistakes that result in their members of the cooperatives losing their money, because such trends result in the country's developmental efforts being seriously hindered. The call was made at the Kigali Pele Stadium, where celebrations were held to mark the International Day of Cooperatives. The guest of honor at the event, Jean-Claude Musabyimana, who is the Minister of Local Government, called on the concerned authorities not to tolerate the behavior of cooperative heads that bring misfortune upon their members through malpractice, and to make sure that they answer for their actions in a court of law. Rwanda has more than 11,000 cooperatives with more than 5 million members. Now, the head of the International Liaison Department of the Chinese Communist Party has commended the government of Rwanda for its gender equality policy in this country. The minister made the comments while visiting the Agaseke Center here in Kigali. We have the details on that. Those at the center welcomed the visit of the Chinese official, noting that it opens up opportunities for them in the vast market of the global power.
It's a very important visit to us, as we are empowering women who want their voices and their works, whatever they are doing to earn sustainable livelihoods, to be amplified worldwide through exporting our products, through knowing the cause that they have come, where they have come from and where they are going. So it's a very good partnership. We hope to continue working with them, as they have they also have the economic empowerment for women.
Officials in the district in which the Agaseke Center is located have pointed out that it does far more than just assist women to develop. This village helps not only women, because we have included talented youth and people living with disabilities as well, so that we can help them to properly develop their talent. We are both helping them to perfect their skills and find a market for their creations. The Chinese official gave us good advice, pointing out that we should always help them to transfer their sales to the internet, engaging in online commerce. He has assured us of their assistance in advertising the products produced here, and that is very significant to us, and we are grateful for his visit and the advice that is very beneficial to us. The head of the International Liaison Department of the Chinese Communist Party commended the government for its gender equality policy here in Rwanda, which she noted to be both beautiful and admirable.
I think that I got basically three impressions. Number one is the natural beauty. You can see from above the lovely land, and it's a beautiful land. So I really admire the people of Rwanda in preserving your homeland in such a wonderful way, so we can enjoy people from the world can enjoy the beauty. Number two, I really enjoy the smart ideas of the local authorities in developing this area while preserving the cultural heritage. So I see a lot of splendid things, and the local authorities have great ideas about setting up a Rwanda cultural center, so where you can exhibit your culture, your heritage, and also your cuisine even, and also you provide very nice opportunities for enjoyment for tourists. This is a very good idea. And the third impression would be the way you develop what these local authorities have done in enhancing women development, because the women development very often they are vulnerable. They don't really have many access to jobs or to way of living. But the way they are organizing the women and give them a job and give full play to their talents, and the way they educate and teach and train women is very important, so that this means that better equality between men and women.
The Agasiche Center brings together the members of up to 36 cooperatives, all engaged in making artifacts and other objects that showcase Rwanda's rich heritage. Local residents in several cells of Rwanda sector, that's in Kayonza district in the eastern province, are troubled by the fact that local authorities wrote to them informing them that they are occupying government land and that they need to leave. Officials at the National Land Authority have confirmed that land in 3 cells of the sector does indeed belong to the government, and that the problem there has been caused by local authorities that allowed local residents to construct residential homes on it. The issue became evident after all land in the country was given categories, and it became evident that the 3 cells were actually on government plots meant to be used for mining activities. Troubling still is the fact that some of the local residents were resettled on the land as part of a scheme to provide homes for them, them being the most vulnerable in society, but they too are now being asked to leave. Local authorities deny asking the local residents to leave, saying they were asked instead not to sell their plots because they do not belong to them, despite there being written evidence of eviction notices being handed out to the residents. The National Land Authority says the land was first used for mining back in 1944, and over the decades, the descendants of the original miners multiplied, living on the land that was technically not theirs to begin with. Now, Prime Life Insurance has introduced a way parents and guardians can secure their children's education through the Umurage scheme, that is saving money starting with as little as just 200 Rwandan francs. We have the details on that as well. The problem of children dropping out of school because their parents and guardians cannot afford to pay their fees is what spurred Prime Life Insurance to introduce the scheme, with beneficiaries like Laura Basinga praising it because she has 3 children currently covered by Umurage, each to receive funding at different levels of education ranging from primary all the way to university. Executives at the insurance company are confident that if properly utilized, the scheme can be life-changing. We carried out the proper research on the problem and decided to join the government's efforts to address it by introducing this inclusive savings scheme that applies to all people regardless of their profession, enabling them to save at any time, multiple times per day, month or year. Prime Insurance is calling on people not to let this opportunity go to waste. Before urging people to join something like this, the proper research must be done to ensure that all promises can be delivered. Otherwise, disappointed clients will start leaving you in droves. We therefore are very keen to provide products that actually meet people's needs. Anyone with a mobile phone can join the Umurage scheme by dialing *177#, following the prompts and starting to save with as little as just 200 Rwandan francs, as many times they desire, any time of the day, all days of the week. This scheme is already proving to be very popular, with as many as 50 people joining every day, the vast majority of them being farmers and taxi motorcyclists. We have come to the end of this edition. As always, I am glad you are able to join us. I hope you have a great weekend ahead of you. Goodbye.